All right, guys. Another episode of Memoirs at Mogador. Lakes out there. Today, I wanted to talk a little insurance here. So, just to add some value, I want to give you three tips. Three tips to basically manage and reduce your insurance premiums. So, we'll get right into it. Number one, manage your credit. The insurance companies collectively pull your credit. It's a soft pull. It's not a hard pull. It won't impact you if you're looking to buy a house or in the middle of financing or looking for a loan for something, so it won't impact you. However, they are looking at it for reliability. They have actuary tables and statistics that show that people don't pay their bills, also are more likely to get in accidents and all kinds of things like that. And insurance is very much a statistics-based industry, and they use those. So, not to mention, managing your credit, you're going to save tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime, even outside of insurance. Would you rather pay $55 a month for your insurance or $75 a month or more? That $20 every month times your entire life, or until you stop driving and owning a home and needing home insurance, that's a lot of money. I want you to keep that in your pocket. I don't want you to give that to the insurance company. So if you think I'm being harsh, I'm trying to wake you up, save you some money. So it's in your best interest to work on your credit. If you don't have the best score, that's fine. We've all been there. I'll try and put some links below for you, some tips, some ways to develop credit if you have none or if you have bad credit. But you definitely need to learn the basics in terms of how they analyze credit. And then the next one is your activity, claims and violations. Here's the lake again. So, guys, the insurance company definitely looks at how many claims and violations you have and in what time frame. I hear a lot of people say, well, that's what insurance is for. Well, quite honestly, it's not. They offer it because they have to be competitive. As soon as one insurance company offers something, they all have to. But when you file your 3 towing claims, roadside and glass claims, you know, I know Susie at the water cooler tells you, well, doesn't count against you. Well, that may be true, but guess what? They sure as heck are looking at that in your claims history and how they charge your premium when you renew. And then if you have a claim, now instead of you having one significant claim, a valid claim, not that the others aren't valid, but if you could have bit the bullet and kept your claim resume clean, you'd only have one. Now you have 5, 6, 7, and you're getting charged on that. So whoever tells you that it's not counting against you, well, you may not have a deductible in certain circumstances, and an individual one may not count against you, but they are definitely looking at your history. Okay? So, and that leads me to my next item, which is violations. So, you know, if you got a lead foot, hey, whatever. But if you've got 6 speeding tickets in 6 months, you need to look at yourself, because it's one thing to pay extra on your insurance, but no one wants to see you wrapped around a pole either, for sake of a lead foot. So, you know, safety's becoming more and more important, and becoming a defensive driver is more and more important because so many other people are looking at their phone and texting. I can't tell you how many times I've averted an accident because I didn't just pay attention to the green light. I was watching who was approaching the intersection and who wasn't stopping. So I highly recommend defensive driving for everyone and keeping the violations clean. So those are very important factors that they're rating you on. And I don't know that everybody knows this, because everyone I talk to thinks that it impacts it in a different way, or not as much or more than this. So get your credit in check. Build that up, because it has many more factors even outside of insurance and benefits for you. Let some time go by before you file claims if you've already got a bunch, and be smart. Insurance is meant for catastrophic financial loss, not a tow claim for $75, $100. And I understand some people are going to say, well, Josh, I don't have the money for it. Well, quite frankly, that's a deeper rooted issue with you and your personal finances. You need to get that figured out. I'm not trying to be mean, but insurance isn't meant to be used that way. And you're going to put yourself in a point where if you're saying you don't have the money, your insurance is going to be outrageous, and then you're not going to have much at all. So again, just trying to sound the wake-up bell for people to pay attention to that and start managing it proactively so they don't get in a bad spot. And then lastly are deductibles. I see so many people that want a $100 comp deductible and $250 collision deductible. Okay. And that's all you're responsible for with a claim. And they want the low deductible so they have access to most of the payout on the claim. Now, when you compare that relative to higher deductibles, you're paying more to have a lower deductible because the insurance company's responsible for a larger portion of the claim. Here's my argument on a comprehensive deductible of $100. Well, if you have the only claims that are really going to help you have access with a $100 deductible to most of it is like a glass claim or a very small claim. So my argument is for the money you're saving to have a $100 deductible versus, let's say, a $500 comp deductible is, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 bucks, depending on your other variables and how you're being rated. You're not going to replace a windshield every year. So even if you replace a windshield the first year you have a $100 deductible, you're going to pay for that windshield 7 times over the next 3 to 4 years. You follow me? So just replace the glass yourself unless it's free. And again, remember, free doesn't necessarily mean free. They're still keeping a record of that glass claim in addition to anything else you're filing. Guys, this is all statistics and records, and if you have a perfectly clean record, you're going to get an ideal rate. So keep it clean unless you have to file a claim, and it should be a significant loss. That is what insurance is for, not comp claims for glass for 100. And again, I know it's the coverage is offered, and you're going to argue with me, but that's not what it's for those of us that are being smart and managing our insurance program for our house. Just trying to give you the real scoop. That's all. And then, so for the comp deductible, most other comprehensive claims, they're going to be significant. It's going to be a fire loss, someone stole the entire vehicle. It's going to be way more than a $500 deductible, so it's still well worth you filing the claim. You follow me? So my argument is to have a little bit higher comp deductible, because really, there's only maybe 1 or 2 things that you really should, if you needed a low comp deductible for. And again, you don't want to file too many claims that are under 1,000 or under 500 if you can help it. Collision, body work is expensive. Just backing into a pole might be $1,500, $2,000. So again, $250 collision deductible, $500. We've got a lot of folks with $1,000 collision deductible. Get an emergency fund, or if you already have one, allocate $1,000 and put it aside, and that's your insurance deductible. Or keep it in your emergency account and keep growing your emergency account until said event occurs. Okay? So if you've got the $1,000 allocated somewhere and you can earmark it, well, there's no problem bumping you from a $250, $500 collision deductible to $1,000. And now you can enjoy the month in, month out savings of having $1,000 versus $250 or $500. And if we have a claim, you've already got your portion of the deductible. These are probably the top 3. There's a myriad of other factors that come into play. Safety features on the vehicle, a lot of different things. But I just wanted to do a high-level general overview of tips to save money on your insurance. And I'll put some of these links for each one down here in the description for you at the bottom. So I'll put some things on credit, an explanation of deductibles, and claim history and violations for you. Peace out, everyone.